Last episode, we went over plugins that had one class. So, like in the one we did, and I think, yes, we're going over some. Yeah, I was just testing. Don't ignore this. But we went over this and just command and arguments and stuff like that. But today, sorry, a little cough. We'll be working on one, multi-class plugins, two, sort of events, but we won't get into that too much, and three, locations, just a teeny bit, and four, freezing people. So, in this plugin, what we're going to do is when a person runs a command, it's going to freeze a person. But it's going to have stuff like, if the person's already frozen, unfreeze them, and if the person's online, don't freeze not a person. So we want to start off with our regular on enable. Probably should have done this off camera, but who cares? And then public void on disable. And our public boolean, oopsie, command sender, command cmd string, oopsie, label, and string array of args. False, and import these. Yeah. And then we'll do this dot get logger dot info and enabled get that. Okay. So now that we got the basic command, like the basic system set up, we can actually add the command. So we learned this in the first tutorial, actually. Name dot equals, in our case, freeze. Oops, don't want that on there. And we actually want to define our player, so we can do player, actually do P, so it's a lot quicker, equals, just cast the player. Okay. Now we can import this. So now we're gonna do if args dot. So this is if the person does not have the first argument in here. We're gonna do player dot. Well, see if they don't have. This is only if you do the slash command freeze. Player dot send. Oh, it's P. Sorry about that. Send message. Wait, incorrect usage. And I'll send that in chat. Oopsie. Color dot red. And then we want to do else if. So if they have more than one argument is greater than or equal to 2. So if they have like slash freeze Shaniqua 42, that's greater than or equal to 2 arguments. So B dot oopsie S. There we go. Message incorrect usage. I'll put that also in red so that you look the same. Then we run another else if, and this is if the right here you might be a little confused about why I'm not just defining a new player as the second argument. That's because if it runs through this and sees that the second argument is not aligned, it's just going to return an error on the console instead of returning our message. So you'll see what I'm talking about later about defining a new player. So right here we're actually going to get another player, and this is what we're going to use to define our new player also. See, we can get a player from an argument, and this is from our first argument, and then this is actually equal to null, and this is if our player is not online or like it's a weird character. So we're going to do p.message. Let's make it bold. Oops, yeah, wrong. Message chat. Color dot. Make it red and plus chat color dot bold. I think that's how it's worked. Okay, I might have to do something else. Oh, no, I was making red. I did bold another plugin. Player is not online. And we'll do else. Here, okay. Right here we're going to define our second player, which is our player, target player. And the reason we can define it here is because this is where we actually have the second argument and the player is online. So this right, if we define it right here, it won't give us any errors. P dot get server get player args2. As you see that this same as this, where is it? Right here. These two are the same, but the difference is that if we define it right here, it won't return an error. So now we're gonna do if. Okay, actually no, I'm gonna go into the second class right now. Okay. Okay. As you see right here, I have an implements listener. Now this listener implementation kind of lets us listen to what players are doing, what the server's doing, and stuff like that. So what we can actually do is, I didn't go over this in the last tutorial, I think. We can create a new list for players. So this is a list, and you haven't learned about list yet, but we'll call it freeze. And what happens when you have a list, they're both in Java, and it's the util one, not the AWT one, I think. So we have our first list that contains a player. Now we need to get the type list and then player, and then what you put here is that. You don't put a modifier or anything in here for some reason. Why that's being weird. You see why this is being weird. Oh yes, you need to create a new array list. Okay, that's why. Sorry. Weird. A new array list, and what list and arrays and hash maps and all those, they can store data that you set in commands. You can add stuff like that. You can set strings, blocks, cool stuff like that. But we do we need this? No, we don't. Okay. We need a event handler, and this is where I was talking about in the beginning about events. And we do method on player move, and this. Okay, we'll actually import this. This part can be anything you want, but this next part in here has to be the same. Player move event. Now the reason this part has to be the same right here is because, if you see, we put the name over here and do this. We can import this, and if you make that event events, it's gonna say, well, what's this? I can't do anything. Well, it might give you like the change too, but it won't work. So we need to define our player. P equals e dot get player. Then we need to do location. So this is location. They're gonna TP. They're gonna TP back to where the original location was. Location back equals p dot get p dot g key's not working today. Location think it's like this. Okay, now we need to import location. And we need to put the org.bucket one. Make sure you import that one. So now we need to do if. So if this freeze, and as I think I mentioned in the last video, the exclamation point means like does not or does not contain or something like that. Not contains. Oops, p. And we don't need to do p.getName. If we held strings inside these lists, we would do p.getName. But since we aren't, we're not gonna do anything. But so back to this. So if this freeze list does not contain the player, we'll just return the method. We'll just return, just stop, and we'll stop it from going further. And else p.tell import and then back. So we don't have to handle any message sending. We're done with this. Class right now. So we can exit out of that. We can go back to here. Now, what we can do here is we can do add if statement. If f. Oh, I actually need to add something in here. Forgot about this. It's up here. We need to have a public final. Oops, let me throw a freezing, and what we're doing here equals new freezing. What we're doing here is getting the freezing class and defining it like this, and so now we can reference the class by saying f dot or something like that. So we can do if f dot freeze, and we're getting the same list that we declared in the other class dot contains. I think I named it target player s. Then we do target player dot send message. You have been frozen. You have been unfrozen. Yeah, because we're in there. Okay. So this so f dot. So it's saying if their name is already in the list, we'll say, oh, this person's already in the list. We'll remove them from that list and stop them from being frozen. We'll also send a player to the sender. You have frozen player space target player. Now the reason we don't just do target player is because it will say craft player equals. You don't want that. You want player get name, and then we'll add exclamation point. Oopsie. And then got to then chat color dot yellow. So after we do this, if they are not in the list, we'll do. I'll actually copy this so it's a lot faster. You have been frozen. Actually, I want to change this to check color dot yellow too. Yes. Now change this to check color to yellow. You have frozen, and then freeze dot add. So now what this will do is the person runs the command. I'm just going to walk you through the command. The person runs the command and they don't have enough arguments, or have 0 arguments of saying correct usage. Else, if they have more than 1 argument, saying correct usage. Then else, if the second argument, or the first argument, or technically the 0 arg, is equal to null or to not online. I know you could do p.getServer dot getPlayer dot is online, but that also kind of gets weird. Like you can say player that is not online, and then else. So this is if all this stuff is true. I mean, if all this stuff is false, then it goes into here. Then we go into here, and if this target player is inside this list that we have defined in here, so if it's inside this list, it's going to remove from that list and allow them to move again, because if they already contain, it's just going to return here. And if they are not in the list, or technically else, because all this stuff would be false, they're add them to the list, and then you've been frozen, and add them, you won't be able to move. So now I've already typed out my plugin.yml. Be a lot faster. I will actually put this in the description. It might be weird because yml is a weird language, and it gets very fussy even when you press a button on your keyboard. So if you guys want to know, between each one of these it's 4 spaces. So let me show you. Commands. So you press enter and press 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you type your command dash. Then you put the colon, then you press 1, 2, 3, 4. Type your description. Type everything here. So that's what that is. A lot of people asked about that. I've seen on other videos. So this is how it is. That's how it's set up. Set your main class. Talked about this in the previous video. So now they have that set up. We are going to export this. Okay. Go to our test server. I was already in actually. Plugins in here. Yes. Freeze. Start. Now I'm gonna actually load up Minecraft and see after this goes. Sure everything's good before I start. Get freeze start enabled. Yes. Okay. Yes, I want to run this. Okay. Minecraft loading up. So if you guys didn't understand a lot of that, you should probably watch some more tutorials. Watch some of my previous tutorials. I go over some things that might help you with creating methods and other variables that you can guys do. If you guys don't understand with watching my videos, you can watch other tutorials too. I support all the other tutorials. They're all good. So let's see if this plugin works. Okay, recording's gonna lag me. Let's get to the ground. Okay, now if we go over here, let's go over to an open area. See now, at the player move event that I defined, it's not stopping anything. It's not stopping me move because I'm not in the list, so it's just gonna return. If I do /freeze, it says incorrect usage, doesn't return anything. Do /freeze that, player not in line, this, and then if I do I can move. And the reason I get 2 messages is because I'm the sender and I'm the one being frozen. So let me actually figure out why it's not freezing me. I think it's something in here. Let me just figure out from my test class why this is not working. Okay, so for my test class I want other thing, but I don't need this. What changed? Could be an add or remove. So this is saying if freeze that contains P, if it does. Okay. Let me see how this is going. I think it might have just been a weird thing that happened. I guess it exists. I guess someone will write it. Okay, everything's good. Hopefully. No, I wasn't working. Okay, let's play. Okay, let's run the game. See what was going on. Okay, yeah, I'm lagging. Make sure everything still works. Let me figure out why this isn't working. So it's from my... It's something in my main class then. Let me copy. I'm just gonna copy over my original test class, and I think I had to find the S player in here. Yes. Anything different here? Yes. Okay. It didn't do. Yes, I do want to start it. Okay. Nailing. So it's something in the main class, that's all I know. It was working before when I was testing, so. Huh. Could the instance be? Oh, that might be a problem. The variable instance, I think I did not need. I think I actually needed that. So I need to do public freezing instance. Then just in case I want to get instance, this might not be needed, but public void get. No, I don't set the void. I set public freezing get instance. I want to return instance, which is returning the plugin. So yeah, it's because I think this was getting the wrong thing. Oh, I just totally forgot something. I just facepalm. Okay, since totally forgot to go over this, but we have an event here. The event's not going to do anything if we don't register our event. So we need to register our event with our plugin manager. We're going to name it PM equals get. I'm just doing dot so I can get the message. Get plugin manager, I think is the method. I'm gonna remove the dot right here. Now I'm gonna have to import this. I totally forgot about this. And then PM dot register events. So it's gonna be F, because our events from that class, and our plugin is gonna be this one. Okay, it's totally face palmed. Export. let me start the server. Totally forgot about that. I'm sorry, guys. That might have been helpful to mention earlier in the video, but I still got it in the video. It's fine. Okay. Now hopefully the plugin should work now. I was really confused because I felt like the class was looking small for some reason. Freeze. Yeah, there we go. And now the pitch and yaw, so like this teleporting, it gets a little offset, but all they can do is do this and look up and down. That's even limited a little bit, but I can't fly or anything. And when I do fast freeze, oops, you have to unfreeze this player. I have it unfrozen. And so this message will be sent to the sender of the command, and this message will be sent to the person being frozen. Then if I do freeze wood, there's time. So sorry for the little trouble and thing I forgot, but anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you guys can use this to create your own plugin, or hopefully get started out and doing stuff. So hope you guys liked the video, and see you guys in the next video.